Let's look at the information and media sector in a historical perspective. And we're going to start a very long time ago with the invention of writing, the technology of the moment. And Greek philosophers argued that writing would be very bad for us. It would instill forgetfulness in our brains, because we would write everything down. We don't have to remember things. If you don't have to remember things, at some point in time, you can no longer remember things. Fast forward to the 16th century, information overload. It's not about the internet, it was about a printing press. There would be too many books. Our brains would not be able to deal with it. And most importantly, if you could rely on the book to find the information, you don't really need deep knowledge. You don't need to understand it to transfer the knowledge to somebody else, so our knowledge would become more superficial. Newspapers would put people in social isolation because news was a social process. People came together in the newspit to exchange the latest information. But with a newspaper, people would withdraw in their home to learn about the news. Bad for the development of your social skills, bad for integration in society. At some point in time, reading and writing had become essential skills to function in society. And schools popped up. And parents violently opposed it, because it would put too much stress on the brains of children, a burnout, but it would also be really, really bad for their health to lock them up in classrooms all day. The phone, at the time wired, was an invasion of our privacy. The TV generation would never learn how to read or write. And when the internet arrived, we saw the most bizarre headlines. The internet was bad for everything. And there was one article from Mr. Carr going viral saying, "Is Google making us stupid?" Arguing that if we can find everything on Google, we don't really have to learn and remember things, and at some point we would become forgetful, and most importantly, we would jump from article to article to article, and our knowledge would become more superficial. Basically the same arguments we've heard in the past. Now, the arguments might be true, but what's interesting here is that we tend to put the spotlight on the possible negative effects of new technologies and not on their benefits, who also exist. And this is because we tend to look at what we have, what we understand, what we value, what we're used to, and then compare what we have to the new thing and focus on what we tend to lose.